Hi guys, welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two home league games against Vauxhall Motors and Winsford United. Hopefully we can continue our good run of form. We're 14 games unbeaten at the moment, having a really good run with this gegenpress system despite our stamina frailties. The players are getting very tired with this system, but it does seem to be certainly working out in our favour. We're currently sat in third place in the league, and to be quite honest, I think we're in a title challenge at the moment. We're 8 points behind West Didsbury and Charlton, and remember at one point we were 18, 19 points behind them. So going into these two games, providing West Didsbury and Charlton and Silsden do drop points a little bit, we could be in a good position after today's episode, but we'll have to see how we get on. I am hopeful that we can get a couple of wins on the board, and obviously with the 14-game unbeaten run, we are very confident. But we played bottom side by Northwick Town recently, and it was quite an eventful game. We managed to win 4-3 in the end, but it ended up being a little bit of a hit and miss type game. But hopefully we are past that and we can push on into these two matches. Um, we've just signed a new contract with the club as well. It goes into the end of next season, so they've offered it to us on New Year's Day here. So we're obviously turning heads and we're doing certainly the right jobs at the moment with the club. So hopefully things will continue in that manner. We've got a reasonably strong side going out today. Houston in goal with Hughes, Furtado, Payne and Bates at the back. Pears, Williams and Little in the midfield with King Phillips, Collins and Hannah as our front three. And like I was saying, hopefully we can get another good result here. Vauxhall Motors currently sat in 10th place. They're on not an unbeaten run as such, but they are comfortably sat in mid-table. So it could be an interesting one for us today, but hopefully we can set things off in good stead early on and push on from there. It's going to be a tough one, like I say. The table is quite tightly congested at the moment, but we are just starting to open up that gap near the top part of the league. So hopefully we can continue that with a good game here. Here is Collins, plays it back to Bates, whips it into the penalty area. Robert Hannah glanced the header just wide of the post. Really good effort there. Positive start for sure, but we need to get these attempts on target. That is the key here. Meadows into Cashmore, back into Meadows. Good clearance by Pearce. Robert Hannah's actually managed to pick it up here and he holds it up well, but then he loses out with a shocking first touch. And Cashmore could be in behind here, and it's Cashmore still. We managed to close the gaps and we just about managed to get it clear. I'm not entirely sure if there was a shot in the end or not, but we did quite well defensively there. Here is Hughes into Jack Williams. Back into Hughes again. Jack Williams picks it up into Pearce. Into Robert Hannah now. Edge of the penalty area. Finds Tom Little and it's a good strike, but it's just wide off the post. And once again, off target with our attempts. Jack Williams here with a free kick though. Big opportunity for us here. It is a fair way out though, but he strikes it well. The keeper does leave it, but it's just wide. And again, we continue to not have a shot on target so far in today's match. Here is Collins though, over the top, looking for King Phillips. He picks it up inside the penalty area. Can he lay it across? No, he can't, but that's only because Morgan has brought him down. And Jack Williams with the potential to put us in front here with a penalty kick. It's been a very eventful opening 10 minutes, and we've finally got our shot on target. It's from the penalty spot. Jack Williams with his 19th goal of the season, and he's had a good range of these goals as well. He's got plenty when he's played up front, but he's also scoring when he's been playing in midfield as well. Granted, he is chief penalty taker at the moment, but he has certainly been our signing of the season, in my opinion. And he certainly seems to carry the team a little bit at times as well, but hopefully we can get a proper decent goal scorer going into next season, because that is the one thing we have lacked this season. Jack Williams, of course, he's probably our strongest midfielder as well, and I think, to be quite honest, he's quite a creative player, and I think he suits playing in midfield a little bit better than he does up front. As he just has another attempt there, by the way, which the keeper managed to touch onto the post. Seemed to be a tame effort, but it doesn't matter. So far, with that lead, we are actually moving into second place, which is the highest we've been this season as it stands. So I definitely think we're in a shout for promotion again this season. It's going to be tough. There's only the one automatic place, which is by winning the league, of course. The second place is a playoff. I'm guessing it's linked with other leagues that are at this level, so it'll be an interesting one to figure out. As Bates with a brilliant delivery, and King Phillips puts it wide. And again, we've had 14 attempts at goal, only 4 of those on target. We either seem to be just knocking it just over or just wide for the most part. But the penalty is what has given us the lead. And so far, certainly can't be too disappointed. But we need to keep doing what we're doing. We can't rest on our laurels. We have to push on. Joe Collins and Joe King Phillips have really suffered in that first half. They've not played particularly well. They've not been particularly creative for us either. But hopefully we can develop it in this second half. Houston just lays it out to Piers. Now Hughes. King Phillips he made a bit of a darting run there. He didn't get picked up initially, but King Phillips is cutting inside and in the end lays it off to the right back, Bates, who gets a strike away and again just wide of the post. He is left footed though, of course, the right back. Which is a bit of a novelty, but it does seem to suit him quite well. And we could play with an inverted wing back, but playing just as it is, he seems to play reasonably well, so I'm not changing it too much for the time being. Williams doing well to get in, a challenge on Cashmore, and we managed to clear it away. Connor picks it up though, into Green, looks over the top for Towie, Bates manages to clear, Piers furthers it away to Joe Collins, now Robert Hanna. Is there a chance of us making a breakaway here? Jack Bates tried to loft it over the top, and Robert Hanna didn't really pay much attention to it, which is quite annoying really. We're trying so hard to have that focal point up front, and he just doesn't seem to be settling with it this season. Robert Hanna again losing out, this time to Heath, and there's the ball over the top again. Kai Payne again doing brilliantly to clear, and he does so again, and again Heath beats Hanna in the air, but Little manages to pick it up and find Collins, a chance to square it. Instead he goes for goal himself, and that is his 10th goal of the campaign. We are 2 goals to the good now, with half an hour to play, and 15 league games without defeat. Brilliant, brilliant stuff as we head into this last half an hour. That's what we're aiming for anyway. Of course, anything can change here, but we are playing some very good football at the moment. And despite the poor performance, we've not done too bad. I mean, Joe Collins has had a poor game, but obviously he's scored the goal now, so he hasn't had a poor game. It's a bit of a strange parameter, but we move forward. Here's Houston into Furtado from the goal kick. Now Piers just holds on to it a little bit too long, but Tom Little picks it up. Looks over the top. Hanna beats the left back Green to the ball, and he's laid it off for Joe Collins, and Morgan has again given away a penalty here. He's brought Joe Collins down, and this is the chance to really secure the victory. Jack Williams, with the penalty, makes it 3. The keeper completely wrong-footed. Job done. And 2 penalty goals for Jack Williams today. 20 goals this season. What a signing he has been, like I say. And again, the goals have come from midfield and up front, so he's really settled into this side right now. Davis here in goal for Vauxhall Motors with the chance to deliver forward. Furtado wins the header ahead of Cashmere. Now Connor into Amin. Lofts it over the top, and Towell is completely free. Very poor from our point of view defensively there. Fortunately for us, it went in our favour, but bit of a concern defensively there for sure. Might have to call for a little bit more focus from the players. We do seem to be letting them back into the game a bit more here. Hanna does well to clear there. Little can't beat Turner to the ball. Into Goldborn, who strikes it superbly. It's off the crossbar, and Amin with the rebound, and it's saved by Houston. We're just going to pause it there for a minute. I think we're going to have to make 1 or 2 changes. We are struggling slightly with fitness. Ian Acho and Conan Noble are going to come on. And I think we'll bring Lloyd Hill on as well. Asa Hughes just struggling a little bit for the fitness set toward the end of this game. 15 minutes to go. We shouldn't be too bad now. Here is Cashmore. Just picks it up, holds off Furtado and lays it all the way back to their right back Meadows. Plays it forward again. We managed to get it clear, and it's out for a throw. Oh, offside against Cashmore. It was actually a free kick to us. So the substitutions have now gone through. Hopefully that freshness will just see us through now in these last 10 minutes or so. Vauxhall Motors have started to get back into the game a little bit. We seem to have just dropped off the pace slightly. we're just calling a bit of focus from the side. There's no danger of us losing, but at the same time, we want a clean sheet. We've not had too many clean sheets this season, and it would be nice to get one here today. And there it is, a 3-0 win here against Vauxhall Motors. Job is done, and we move on to the Winsford United game. And hopefully, like I say, another good performance will see us do quite well for sure. It's only in a couple of days' time as well, so there's not too much waiting time before that game. So we'll get through that off camera, and then we'll come back for that other match. I've had some technical issues again, so what's going to happen now is it's going to save the game after every match just so that I don't lose any data. So hopefully things will continue to do what they're supposed to, but it might just take a little bit longer to get through a couple of bits, and we'll see how we get on. But there we go, we are confirmed after that victory to be sat in second place. Granted, Silsden and West Didsbury and Charlton have got games in hand, but we are definitely in this title race. There's 42 games to play altogether this season, so still another 15 league games. If we can continue on the run that we're on though, I have to feel that we have got a very good chance of pushing through. So, a couple of days, like I say, to get through until the game against Winsford United. So, bear with me, I'll get through those and then we'll come back for that next home league game. Okay, guys, here we go for the game against Winsford United. Fingers crossed, like I say, we can keep up this good form. Winsford are in shocking run at the moment. They're down in 20th place and they're very much struggling at the foot of the table. Obviously, with our 14-game unbeaten run at the moment, we are flying high. And Silsden and West Didsbury and Charlton do have a game in hand, so it's important that we keep the pressure on. Silsden, incidentally, are playing 4th place Padiham today. So it's a massive, massive game near the top of the table there. A win for Padiham could really give them a hope of that playoff and title push as well. They are very much in the race. West Didsbury and Charlton are playing Atherton, who are down in 15th place. So you'd expect West Didsbury and Charlton to win, but the game between Silsden and Padiham could very much have an impact in the top of the table running. In goal, we have Davis, we have Hughes, Alabi, Oliver, and Simmons at the back. Payne, Pears, and Abbott in midfield. Abbott, incidentally, came in on a free transfer about 5-6 games ago, and we brought him in largely for the experience. He's actually better as a box-to-box midfielder, but he's playing the Carriero role today. He's 29 years of age. We brought him in for that experience, and I think, to be quite honest, when it comes to the summer transfer window, I don't think we need anything in the January transfer window. If the right player comes along, we might make a move for somebody. But I think, depending on how things go this season, obviously we might have to reevaluate if we get promoted anyway. But we've got quality with these youngsters, but we need some quality in our depth, and I think we need a bit more experience in the squad as well, because as soon as this run comes to a close, and it will happen eventually, of course, and it happened at the back end of last season, we struggled to pick it up again a little bit, and it's something we've got to be mindful of. If you get a defeat with a young squad, you can just lose face a little bit, so we've got to be very mindful of that. Hopefully we shouldn't have too many worries today. Like I say, Winsford haven't been particularly good recently, and Jack Williams here with an early free kick, he whips it in, and Harrison makes it would appear to be a comfortable save. It was a good save nonetheless. He was well positioned, and Abbott, with the resulting corner, whips it into the near post. Alabi was there. It's well cleared by McKinley Bigar, and we're certainly keeping the pressure on early on here. Again, it's going to go into the near post toward Alabi. He has scored a couple of goals from set pieces this season. Again, McKinley Bigar doing well in the air to beat him. Abbott toward the far post this time, and Sam Oliver's header goes just over the bar, but very much good early created opportunities for us there. We've got to keep an eye on the other games, and I think I've just seen, yes, as you can see at the bottom left of the screen there, Atherton are ahead against West Didsbury and Charlton, so that is a huge goal in the race for the top of the table at this stage of the campaign. Collins with a delivery to the far post. King Phillips just clipping the crossbar there on on its way over. Silsden and Padiham still at 0-0. To be quite honest, for the Silsden game, a draw would be a good result from our point of view, providing we win today. And obviously, West Didsbury and Charlton, if they drop any points, again, it would certainly suit us nicely, providing we do the job here. Here is Kai Payne. Knocks it forward. Simmons desperately trying to get there to keep it in. Does really well. And he's found Abbott back into Simmons. Jack Williams was there. It's cleared away. Asa Hughes picks it up and Pearce. I think he struck that actually. And Winsford looked to try and get it away, but they're really struggling to find their own players at the moment. But Barkley intercepts well there. This is Millington into Flitton. Now Barry Murphy. Good pressure from Simmons, and Joe Collins picks it up. Great turn. Finds Pearce. Knocks it over the top. King Phillips forced out wide a bit, but he finds Jack Williams in the centre, and that is a very good goal. Simmons doing superbly there to put the pressure on the opposition winger to win possession back, and Collins took stride from there. Really did well there, cutting it back and then finding Pearce, and King Phillips doing really well with the cross, and Jack Williams once again proving his worth with the finish. And again, he scored a couple of goals from midfield in the last game, but he scored from up front today. I mean, he's rotating between the two positions anyway. And West Didsbury have missed a penalty now as well. Are things going to go in our favour today? Silsden Padiham still at 0-0, and Atherton still 1-0 up at West Didsbury. Ridge, who scored twice against us in the opening game of the season, if you remember, he has scored there. West Didsbury have now equalised though, so that, I mean, a draw is still a good result from our point of view. Not in our game, obviously, but in both of those games. So certainly things to keep an eye on there as we approach half time. And Winsford, right at the end of the first half, just getting a shot in. It was off target, but look at that match stats. We have dominated proceedings here, but with only the one goal to show for it, we need to just focus in and pick it up in the second half to try and knuckle down and carry on where we leave off. Silsden took the lead right at the end of the first half, but they've actually scored again. It's 2-0 now to Silsden, so Padiham could potentially be out of the running, depending on how form goes with the top three sides in ourselves, Silsden and West Didsbury and Charlton. If Padiham get back into that game, it would be a great result for them for sure. Not many more highlights coming in from our game at the moment, but we are still dominating proceedings. We're just going to pause for a moment and take stock of where we're at. There's a lot of tired legs out there, and this is the issue with this formation. We have mentioned it before. We're going to take King Phillips off for Conan Noble. Jack Williams has certainly done his job up front, but we're going to drop him back for Matt Pearce. We're going to get Ian Atchell on for a bit of game time as well. Kai Payne's on a yellow card. It always concerns me. I think actually we'll bring Jack Bates on for Maggie Simmons. Simmons has had a good game, but I think Jack Bates coming on in there will give us that fresh energy on that right-hand side from wing-back. And hopefully that should see us through a little bit. We're just going to demand a little bit more. We're playing well, but I think we need to just try and get that second goal. We've not had another shot on target since the close of the first half, and Winsford have grown into this game. We have got to be extremely careful. Silsden's still 2 goals to the good. West Didsbury still 1-1 against Atherton. Davis here into Allaby. I'm hoping this is a highlight for us because we should be doing a lot better than we are in terms of the scoreline. Here is Noble into Hughes. Plays it forward and over the top, and it's a big miss from the centre-back, and Ian Atchell. Oh, he ran it far too close to the byline, and he can't get the crossing either. He's been shepherded out well. Asa Hughes, though, into Conan Noble. Now Kai Payne strikes just wide of the post, and again, we work the opportunity, but the shot is off target, and it's so frustrating for me, especially when we've dominated a game like this, and it's only 1-0. All it takes is one chance for the opposition. This is the problem we're having. Silsden ended up finishing by winning by 3 goals to 0. We've got through it in the end. It's only a 1-0 win, but 3 points and a clean sheet nonetheless. We've done the job that was asked of us, and I'm quite happy, to be quite honest. Getting the 3 points is vital, and Silsden won 3-0. I think they might leap above us again. I don't know if it's down to head-to-head or whether it's down to the goal side of things, because goal difference between us and Silsden at the moment is extremely close. They've got a game in hand over us anyway, but we go into this, and I think West Didsbury drew, so the gap has been closed a little bit more once again. So fingers crossed. This title race is very much going to go down to the wire. We do play West Didsbury the next to last game of the season, and we're at home, so that could be such an important game. and we play Silsden the month before as well. So certainly a lot to look forward to. In terms of this month, January, we've got the cup ties in the Macron Cup and the FA Vars. It's a little bit too soon to come back for those, but I'm hoping that provided we get through, the cup ties will come in February. And if they do, it does obviously mean that we'll be able to show them in the next episode. And fingers crossed again, we can keep the form up, because if we can keep up with the cup runs as well as doing well in the league, you have to wonder how far we can go this season. I mean, a top half finish was the target. That was what was set by the board. That was what was set by the club in general. And we are performing way above expectations. But the media did say we were favourites to win the league as well. So it's a bit of a strange one. I mean, we know we built a good squad for the league that we were in before this one. But to have really developed the team after a poor start and then it pushed on, but as soon as we found the formation set up and the style of play that we wanted, and it started to work, we've really pushed on. And you can tell by the ratings of the players as well. If we were in the league below, they were 3-star, 3.5-star players. Now they're only 2-star players. We've not got great quality in this league, but the way we're playing is certainly working in our favour. West Didsbury did finish as 1-1. Incidentally, I don't know exactly what it comes down to, but we are ahead of Silsden. It might just be that we're ahead of them alphabetically. I've really got no idea. Goal difference is identical, as is the points. It's extremely close. Padiham are now 7 points behind. We've started to open that gap to the chasing pack. This is going to go down to the wire. And with Silsden and West Didsbury and Charlton to play, it's going to be extremely close. Our next league game is actually at home again, and it's against Padiham, so it's going to be a very tough run for us. And I'll just show you the fixture list coming through anyway, once this was loaded through momentarily. Obviously, with saving the game and everything, it just takes a little moment just to follow through slightly. But overall, we can be extremely happy with how things are setting up for us. As you can see, run of games, a few draws in there, but we are really motoring now in terms of our form. Jack Williams, I mean, he scored 2 penalties in that game, a penalty there, 2 penalties in that game as well. So he's on a good run of form himself, and he's actually scored in. Well, he's only actually missed one game for goal scoring in the last 8, I think it is there. So he is in top form. So there's the 2 cup ties, as I mentioned before. If we get through, hopefully it'll be in and around the back end of February. And we'll certainly come back for one, if not both of them, depending on how they link together. But it's certainly going to be in and around that area of time that we come back. And Silsden obviously is a massive game, but again, it might be a bit too soon for the episode afterwards. But we'll see how we get on. But obviously, last episode of the season, West Didsbury at home and Widnes at home, potentially with cup finals in tow as well. We'll have to wait and see. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.